line.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, I'm glad to know that. I thought I might have been dead.
Yeah.
But I am speaking from the past as far
Well,
as you're concerned.
that's right. Yeah, you're yesterday's news.
Right. I just wish you could give me tomorrow's winning lottery numbers. Don't work that way. But there are people that believe it does.
Oh, yes, I
And you
know.
wonder, where did they go to school? And worse yet, it's not that isn't the question. It's where were the parents when this person went to school? I had to get on the roof of the house yesterday and today for a while. Got a full warranty, but I like going over it and making sure there's no problems or anything, and the flashing around the chimney is still good, and just maintenance things you should do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the guy that owns the house doesn't know about any of that because he's never been brought up maintaining anything like a house. It's like when a door doesn't work or doorknob is broken or something. It's Bob, can you fix this? Years ago, I got instead of Bob, I would go to one of the kids, the regardless of age. Here, we're going to fix it together because it gives them, even if it's something small, holding a screwdriver in a slot while you turn it, it's a big thing and it sticks in their memory and they find that it's an enjoyable thing. And in doing so, that kind of gets burned into the brain somehow if you do it enough. Because if it's like when the boy here, he had to have his room painted black, no light. He wants his green screen and a couple of desk lights and control it so it looks good online because that's the most important thing. Because that's being a real geek. So he did it. And now he's doing reviews to get free equipment.
Oh, well,
He
good on
has
him.
made it. He got a mic boom, windscreen, really nice one came in the mail for him to use and test. And I read over the so-called contract that he has to do on it. And it gave check boxes and dates when you do it on your broadcast because he plays a regular moderator of some game that lasts about 3 hours when they get together. And when he's done, someone else takes over, but the game keeps going around the world. So he's on seventh heaven because now he got himself a real good broadcast microphone and boom.
I
Yeah.
got to duck inside for a sec. I just got to go and grab some bolts.
No worries.
But then he got me to, after he did all the labor of painting and everything, him and his dad on a ladder and moved all the bed and everything in. His desk, it's moved about 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
He
Sounds like
just
my
can't,
workshop.
yeah, he just can't figure out which is the best. He's finally come up and the old man knows what he's talking about. Face the window. You can close the light off easily because you got uh, dark black, heavy blackout curtains on it. That's what I got them. So that's easy. You can
G'day, Effie. How are you?
keep it up and have the air on if need be. A curtain. We even made it so we split the curtain with a Velcro hole in it for the air conditioner.
Yep.
You know, I suggested it, and off he went and did it. Which I'm proud that he can take that kind of initiative and be creative enough to do stuff. But he's on hiatus now.
What?
A month of vacation. Someone else took over for him. But he still pops in on a regular basis and plays.
How you going, Effie?
I was just going to tell you, Joe, that Effie's just come in.
Yep. I generally don't have the chat. I generally can see the chat unless I'm turning. So
Oh, no. Yeah.
I haven't had it on full screen for a while. A couple of weeks, really. Mongrel, eh? I found some bolts, but I don't have any bloody nuts to screw onto.
Well, super glue won't work. I know.
Oh, well, they're coach screws. They're not bolts. You won't get a nut that fits onto them. They're meant for putting into wood.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to use it for. Well, that's my build done then. Can I just screw it together with normal screws?
Yeah, you can do. But as I've said, you need 3 rollers on it, 120 degrees apart for it to hold stable. Putting just a set of rollers underneath it will not hold it stable because the timber is coming down onto the tool and wants to lift up.
Yeah, but it's no point arguing with you. You're not going to listen anyway. I'm listening, but I'm still making one to go on the bottom because I don't have anything to make the stuff to go on top.
Yeah. I realise that, Joe.
We got the one woman in DAW is making them like mad on her CNC.
Yeah, Cindy.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
Cindy. Yeah.
CNC's cheating. No offense to Cindy or anything, but just. So now that I don't have any bolts to drill through, I don't know what. It's pointless, to be honest. One of those days, I should have just stayed in bed.
What do you need? You need
Money?
to buy stuff?
About $1 million should cover it.
Just to get a steady rest? I know there's some, at least used to be, a source in Australia that had the pieces for the wooden kit. But that's been years ago, and I don't know where it is anymore, but I remember seeing it in some YouTubes.
Yeah, not paying some other mug. I'll figure something out eventually.
Yeah, but we want it to be safe.
Either that or the piece of wood will just get thrown in the corner and left. For forevers. Because every time I look at it, it'll just piss me off. Ditch those bolts. One or two bolts.
Oh, really, it should only be one bolt that you can tighten down to clamp the base onto the bed. But depends on which way you're going to make it. That's the whole point.
I just got one of the professional catalogs in today's mail. Was looking at it today. All they do is professional audio and lighting equipment for theaters and stages and that.
Yeah.
And the price of the stuff it's higher, but they have so much all built in and just ready to plug and play. Not when I was setting up a TV studio. A display wall, 55 inches for $4,000.
Yeah.
It comes in multiple panels that lock together and one HDMI box that you feed into, and all the other panels plug into it. I better not show that to the kids here. They'll want that in their room. I got them a video projector with a screen, and that blows them away when they decide to hook it up. Usually pre-COVID, because they would invite their friends over to play, and they'd come. He'd have one or two get in his bedroom and set them up on different monitors, and they'd bring their computers and plug them in.
Just a heads up for the Detroit turners too. Robbo's kind of aiming this time so that most people around the world can join as well. So if you could kind of maybe just give him a bit of a nudge and say, hey, he's putting it on at a good time,
Yeah, no, I put it on the Detroit Woodturners page.
Yeah, that's the place to put it. I'll have to check it. When's it going to be?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Tomorrow. Well, our Saturday night.
Yeah.
Not yours. So it'll be your Friday.
I'm not sure what time it is actually in Detroit.
Oh, right now it's 9:40 at night.
Yeah, I know. I'll have a look in a minute. I think it's going to be fairly early in the morning actually, but
Oh, kind of like what we have to do.
yeah.
Yeah. Watch how many don't turn up then.
I'll set my clock. I don't mind.
I know you will. It's funny how the drill doesn't drill down when you got on reverse, eh?
Oh no, truly amazing.
Yeah,
No left-handed drill bits, eh?
yeah, buggers.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Hey,
Something like that.
hold on, I'll have a look. I'm busy sorting other stuff out. Yeah. Now, does that fit underneath? It's not fitting in the. No, you don't want. Yeah, all right. That'll be all right. Okay. But you need another board across the top now, and you've got to. That centre bit that sits up into the ways has to be shorter than the thing so that it clamps it down.
Okay, I finally figured out what you meant.
So it has to be shorter than that.
Sorry.
Does it have to be shorter than that?
No. Right. Wait on. I'll draw it out. If I can find my pen again now. Right.
I've got your pencil collection here, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Pixies bring them to me.
So at the moment, you've got that. That's your bedways, right? Like that.
Yeah.
What you need is a piece that goes in underneath.
Yep.
Like that. And then another piece that goes in there, but is under the top. So that when you put a board across the top and screw it down into that, it clamps on, it compresses into here.
Yep, that's what I did.
Right.
That's what that is.
Yeah, that plywood looks like it's thicker than the bedways.
No, it's thinner.
All right, okay, right.
Look,
Well, away you
I'll
go.
just look. It just sits in, just ever so slightly sits underneath, about 1/4 centimetre under.
Rightio, okay. Well, that should be all right.
Yeah, that's to stop the twist.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
No,
that's what
it's-
you wanted, and then when I showed it to me and you said it was wrong, it's like,
No.
How you going, Chris?
G'day, Chris.
Just trying to, Chris, just trying to sort out a bit of a,
Steady
suppose-
rest.
you could say a dodgy steady rest. Just something so that I can at least start hollowing this out. Robbo wants me to do one all the way around, but I don't have any of the materials to do that at the moment, so I'm just going to try and make one and have it sit underneath. I bought some. I bought a skateboard for $18, and it's got a specialty. Can't see it from there. Maybe like that. It's not fair. It's not working now. Look,
Could hit. Just be careful it doesn't hypnotize you.
it's got lights in it.
Now, if you can answer that question, Chris, you're going well, because originally they sort of did look like a banjo. They had a lumpy bit out the outside, but
I don't know what you're on about. Oh, the original banjo.
yeah,
They called it that, Chris, because they can.
yeah, Bob, Saturday night, it's Saturday at 6 a.m. for you.
Okay, that's not a problem. I'm up by then.
You will be now. So is that too? I'm just being a smart ass, but is that too wide?
Well, you've got to be able to fit the truck on anyway, but like I say, I don't think it's going to work. I'm sorry.
No, I'm still going to try it.
Yeah, well, if you don't try, you don't know.
Yeah, some people have steady rest with just 2 sets of wheels, but
Yeah, well, if
they're
you've got
on an
two sets,
angle behind
If you got
because you're
two-
pushing to them.
if you've got 2 sets of wheels, you've got to have one that's just forward of the centre line at the top and one dead on the back, right behind where the tool is being applied.
Yep. I can open mine up and take a section out and get me a 3/4 one, and I can move the wheels around the way I want to then. I can anyway.
Oh, you're bragging now.
I was a beta tester for it for the company.
Oh yeah, rub it in. Yep.
Well, you ought to find some companies in Australia that make wood turning stuff, and you got a record.
There's quite a few, but the steady rests are fairly expensive.
Stupid, isn't it? A couple of bits of wood and a couple of screws. What are they charging it for making? You think they're making it for a wedding or something? Some of these things, I too.
Like our steady rests have to be lifted in with a block and tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, look, now we're bragging.
You have access to a CNC cutter for wood?
No.
Me? No.
Yeah.
No.
One of your friends might have a setup for that.
I can soon find things to get done if I need to, but a wood steady rest would just not work in our place. Not for some of the big stuff. The one I use on veranda posts is just a piece of wood with a notch out of it, that's all.
Yeah. I remember that's all my grandfather had. Or he'd turn it to a round spot, and then the steady rest was taken down to being just around like a dowel, and it fit within the block, and then he could anchor it down from the top, and there it was one of the things where you'd sit there and you lubricate the wood as it spun within the steady rest. He had a hole on top and a funnel, and he would lubricate the wood every once in a while.
We just use wax.
He wouldn't say what was in his compound.
To screw that down, Joe, you're probably going to have to take the chuck off the lathe. with the piece of wood in it, so you can get it underneath it.
Yep.
I was just thinking because we've got a club member is that makes them commercially, but he couldn't. Shipping would be outrageous, but she might give you the CNC code for it.
Yeah, no. You can buy steady rests out here, and you can make them easily enough. It's
Just a matter of having the equipment to do it.
exactly, and that's
That's where you stop.
What's a steady rest typically cost there?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute.
Too much. That's how much it cost.
Well, like
Yeah.
our club makes them, so I know a lot of other clubs make them and other things too that they sell.
Slightly disheartened about wanting to even join a club, to be honest, at this point.
Nothing elaborate, just something that'll fit on his lathe and the one you're getting him. We don't want to have to buy something that you got to replace when he gets a bigger lathe.
But like having to buy a brand new chuck for every lathe.
Well,
right.
that's ridiculous.
A Vicmark Universal 3-point steady costs $402
Well, you got a lot of shipping.
and 70 cents.
Oh, you got taxes too, tariffs.
GST.
Oh, no. GST on top.
I mean, something that's made there in Australia, even the wooden ones that's made,
But
and
that's what
some
that's
of
what
them
I-
make them out of plastic too, or the whatever that is. It's the same
Right.
thing they make cutting boards out of.
Yeah, no, you can easily, if you have the equipment, it's easy enough to make one.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got the equipment, does he?
No, he hasn't.
That's why he's saying if I had the equipment.
But if he's a nice boy, and when he comes over in September, there might be a steady rest on the lathe already.
Oh. You're going to have to bring an extra pound of candy.
I've already given Cadbury his address. It's all right. Don't worry about it. So does the flat bit that goes across the top, does that get screwed down to that?
No. Right, you put that up under the bed.
Yeah.
It's to allow adjustment for the steady. That's what it's for. So what you got to do is set that up under the bed and then screw the base plate that's going on the top down onto that, so that it's wedged in tight, so it can't move.
So don't do that.
As long as you can screw that plate onto the one that comes up from underneath, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's why I say you're going to have to probably take the piece of wood with the chuck on it off the lathe to fit it in.
Yeah, I'm still screwing screws in. So.
Yeah, and with that setup, every time you'd have something, you got to make a custom riser block to put the wheels on.
That's
Or
yeah,
shims.
yes. What's holding you back, Chris? Chris says he has a set of trucks on my workbench to make a steady rest. Just haven't got around to it yet.
Lazy. Don't talk about it. Do it.
Yeah, all the patterns are online, free.
Just stopping yourself in, Chris.
I know I made one years ago out of plywood, and it was cheap plywood. It worked, but it didn't last long. So took the expensive part, the wheels, and I put them on strand board. It doesn't look pretty, but it never failed because of the way the strands are in there in whatever resin or that seal them in. So it proved that even vibration wouldn't cause a hole to elongate. It just doesn't look pretty.
Having a chopper day today, I tell you.
You are.
That's starting to piss me off.
One teen in for the night early.
Hmm?
One teen just came in for the night.
How you going, Jamie?
G'day, JP. How are you?
Greetings. Can't read the text. I wish I could, but there's no way on my phone to do both.
Quick, talk about Bob in the chat. He can't see it. Quick.
Yeah. Oh, that's no good. What's the problem? JP says he's been better.
Good life, isn't it? You put the link in if you want.
Yeah, all right. I've got to go into YouTube to get that bugger.
Why? No, you don't. Go to the StreamYard link at the top, copy that, and paste that into the chat.
Oh, okay.
If you give him the YouTube one, he'll just be in where he is at the moment.
No, wait on. No, I can't enter the chat in StreamYard for some reason. Only the host can do that. Yeah, I saw that picture actually, Jamie. I'd have been extremely annoyed.
Did you do it yourself, Jamie?
No, they had a contractor in and they cut the cable, his internet cable.
Is that someone that doesn't like you doesn't like your lives or your turning? We'll fix him and cut his cable.
Yeah,
That almost sounds obscene.
my assassins did a good job of sabotaging you, seeing you using those strange tools on doing strange things.
So it was you that hired, was it? So no, it was actually the next door had some contractors.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a backstory. Within 2 weeks of each other, actually within less than a week, the neighbours that side The husband and the wife both passed away. So that house is now empty at the moment.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the local people are doing some work on the house, I guess, to get it all sorted out for when the next people move in. And they were, so they had some contractors round cutting down an asbestos pipe. So the side of our house needed cleaning up anyway. But also we could hear loads of sawing and banging and all sorts. So I'm like, what the hell's noise is that? So me being nosy, wanting to know what's going on, because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing going on there.
No.
There's no reason for anything to go on there. So I was wondering what was going on. Decided to go and clean up down the side of our house to be a bit nosy. Well, when I went, started clearing up, I saw the guy, one of the contractors in our front garden, or down the side of our house, and I started making a joke with him. Are you making more mess for me to clear up? Blah blah blah. Well, I come back in the house to get some black sacks and all that kind of stuff, and went back, and he's still clearing up. Well, I had a broom with me, and I went down there to clear up the mess, and he basically stopped me from my own garden from going down in, and he was like, "No, it's all right. We'll clear it up." And we made the mess, and he was picking bits up right where the cable was broken. And as I was turning around, I was like, "Was the cable broken, or is it just hanging off the wall?" And I kind of weren't too sure, so I come into the workshop and turned my computer on, and there was no internet. So I was like, "Yeah, it's been cut." So I went back down there, and by this time he's gone back into next door, and I stood there for a couple of minutes, like, just to see if they would say anything. And when they didn't, I called them out, and I was like, "Have you seen what you've done here?" And they're like, "No, we didn't notice it." And I thought, "You lying bastards!" Sorry for cursing.
That's why he didn't want to clean them up.
Basically, he didn't want me there, but they denied all knowledge of seeing it and blah blah blah. They said that they would replace it, but as far as I'm concerned, they've done a runner, and I'm not going to see them again.
Yeah, probably.
They basically left in their white gimp suits and jumped straight in their van, and they didn't even bother taking them off. They got in their van and went.
Isn't there someone who can report that to?
Well, this is it. They turn up, and normally they would turn up in a marked van with the company's name on it, and they didn't. It was an unmarked van, so I don't know if it was a private contractor they done, or if it was a council or what. I've no idea. But there was nothing. I should have got their number plate really, but I didn't. But like I said to there's a couple of things I've said. So there's two things that's going to happen. One, they're going to do a runner, which is going to cost me, and two, they're going to get the wrong cable, which is going to cost me. So either way, it's going to cost me.
Yeah.
But, so I ended up buying a new cable anyway.
Any of your neighbours got security cameras? They could have got the number plate that way.
Both my so them neighbours are brand new, so they've only just moved in. Because my other that side of they ended up their relationship broke down, so they separated ways. So we've just got new neighbours there, so they wouldn't have had time to set up any of that sort of stuff. And then people have departed in other ways.
Yeah.
So there's no one in that house.
It sounds like a bad neighbourhood to be living in, Jamie.
Yeah, you think so? The things I do to so I can do turning at night.
They're not sawdust related deaths, are they?
Nah, I hope not. Nah. So, but also I said to a few people, it's not a case of the cable got broken. I can live with that. Accidents happen. It's the fact that they denied all knowledge of it.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off with people too.
That's what wound me up about it. You know.
Yep.
So
You report it back to their company that it worked before they came and it stopped.
I've no see. Even if they were wearing uniforms, they had white asbestos clothes on, like overalls, so I couldn't see any badges, names, or anything, logos. And they come in an unmarked white van, so I couldn't. There was no logo there either. I should have got their number plate, really. or license plate. Well, I didn't even think about it at the time. All
You
I was
shouldn't have-
worried about is how am I going to do the craft festival and other
Yeah.
shows and things like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Shouldn't have
who
been
would
around
have called them out to the house?
Maybe not a
Yeah.
good idea to ground them with the asbestos either. Asbestos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
No.
fine.
I've got a new cable run anyway, so
You probably
I'll do
find
Amazon Prime.
you probably find, Jamie, that they're oh shit, probably employed by the real estate agent or somebody or the executor of the will.
Could
So
have been.
you probably
Yeah.
check it down that way if you had to.
Yes. So there's a company called Mears, which usually does all of that sort of stuff that work for the council. So I'm assuming that it's something to do with them. So, but I mean, well, it's probably pointless now. I mean, I've already bought a new cable and run it already, so. But I've still got the other one. So, and the guy apparently took a couple of pictures as well. So.
Yeah, it sounds like an appraiser.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you live in a semi-detached or is it an attached house?
Semi-detached.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so the house that side is connected to ours,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then there's
right.
next door, and the door after that is there's two houses in one.
Right, yeah, now I dig it. Yeah.
That's pretty much how ours is as well. We got it like connected to one side and a bit of an alleyway access way down the other side, and then those two
Yeah,
houses. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a popular design, except we got people here in this country that they have it, but the argument is that insurance gets higher if you can't get a fire truck between them. Now that it takes longer to get water and people, and so it's a problem. The firewall in between isn't the problem because they have a defined by law like 2-hour burn before it would burn through, which is adequate. That's part of the building code.
It's just a way of fitting more density housing onto a given size block. Is the only reason that it's done.
Yep. And in some cases, it gives a common utility room for meter reading and stuff like that. And sometimes you have both heating units. At least I've seen that a lot in my life here, where you'll go into a common room and you'll find the hot water heaters and the furnaces for both units in that one room.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know why they were taking it off the wall. I guess they were just up. I don't know. I just don't know why they were taking it off the wall. We weren't doing no harm.
Oh well, shit happens.
Yeah. Certainly does.
Well, stuff happens. Shit's caused by a-holes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And boy, do I know some a-holes.
Don't we all, mate? Don't we all? Not long now. My sister will be over in Australia.
I hope she gets in all right because they're talking about virtually blocking all overseas thingos at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the end of the month that she's supposed to be going over there.
And she's going into a place that's got locked. Oh no, she's going. Where's she going? Queensland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they're in a semi-lockdown at the moment as well. They've had an outbreak up there too.
Oh bloody hell!
For once, our state is the only state and South Australia, where Jay is, We're the only two states that aren't in lockdown at the moment.
Mm.
So we're laughing at the rest of the country because they've hung it on us for 12 months.
Yeah, there you go.
Isn't it all based on the number of outbreaks versus those that are vaccinated?
It's just based on outbreaks. As soon as they have an outbreak here and they've got to start contact tracing, they put it into lockdown so as they can find people,
Oh,
which is a sensible way of doing it, in my opinion. Stop them from moving. But of course, there's always those that say, oh, no, it doesn't affect us, so we'll just keep doing what we do.
yep. And they're finding a lot of them in hospitals across the country here in Canada. The naysayers don't know why they're sick. Or the excuses they give for what they got and how they got it seem to always end up for some group as being politically intentional. But Caesar had that problem, in Rome. And it was intentional. They burned it to the ground. He wouldn't pay attention to his people.
Yeah. Have you seen StreamYard's new latest trick?
No,
If I hold up something blue, it shows Robbo. Look.
no, that's not me. I don't have a carbide. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. I do. I have that exact one.
There we go. We've broken you.
Must be a setting that you've got on your bloody rat bag. It's that Robbo setting, isn't it? That the way you set that one angle to Robbo and the other one to carbide. Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's got a green screen feature on it.
No,
Won't do
they've
it
had
now.
that for quite a while.
Won't do
Here.
it now because I'll turn it off.
They do green and blue.
Yeah, they've had that for
Yeah,
a while. Yeah, I find the green one works a lot better. How you going, Joy?
Yeah. Hello, Joy. Hello,
Hello, Joy.
Mr. Beerley. Oh, he's been in for a while. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. No, Chris has been there for a while,
Yeah, Chris.
and I think Effie's in the background somewhere as well.
Chris
Oh,
is just
right,
a part
okay.
of the furniture, you know? Aren't you, Chris? You're just part of the furniture. Like he said to me yesterday, I was sanding, and he goes, hang on a minute. You help me get to sleep and relax and go to sleep with your sanding. And about 20 minutes later, he comes back on and he goes, all right, I'm showered. I'm tucked into bed. You can continue sanding now, Jay. You did.
One of my mates told me he uses my videos to go to sleep with, and I said, I'm not sure how I feel about that. He says it's the music in it.
Covered his bases, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really, but he tried, I suppose.
Yeah, StreamYard's noise cancellation software. I'd like to watch a lot of their briefings they do, the technology ones. And it's interesting. It's something that's been around for a while, and they just got a couple of programmers that have really gotten into the code and having fun with it, and they're doing better and better for noise cancellation.
Yeah.
The big thing for software is to determine what is noise.
Mm-hmm.
And then you mirror it. In essence, make a negative of it, and you don't hear it.
And Joy, you are a strange lady, dear. I enjoy the sanding. I find it very soothing and relaxing.
Yeah, Carl Jacobson likes sanding.
Yeah, I do too.
I've never been one for sanding. I find it's something that needs to be done. If I can get away with not doing it, then I won't do it.
Yeah.
That's why I do a lot of projects with burning on it.
Well,
I
that's
remember
what
that.
I've always said. Those that can't turn, decorate and burn.
There you go. There
That's
you
because
go.
you can't. That's because you can't burn very well. You see, so you're just jealous.
Yeah. I've just
Yeah.
got a thing for fire.
Yeah, me too. I think most humans have, to be honest. They just don't want to admit it. Most of them.
Oh, a bit tight on there, was it, mate?
Yeah, it's because of the way that I've got to hold the spindle.
Yeah.
I've got this is my spindle lock.
Ah, right, okay.
And that goes in there, and it gets hard up against the bed, and then I get the tool in there and turn it.
If you get a little piece of plastic, Jay, like
Yep.
a milk bottle carton thickness, and put it on the spindle behind the chuck, your chuck won't jam right onto it then.
All right, I'll try that.
No, but it bloody well wobbles. Do not put anything between a metal to metal contact.
Yeah, you do. Don't listen to Robbo.
Don't listen to Robbo. Uh-oh. Getting in trouble now.
Unless you're using a
You're
machine.
in punching distance, I'm not.
Yeah, he's in driving distance from me, you see. So if I anyway.
unless you are using a machined steel washer.
Meow.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at that, JP. You got a better bite than with carbites and pens.
I know, right? I'm gonna have to remember that one.
Don't worry, I'm
I'm
sure
gonna-
you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sure you
I'm gonna
will.
make a video. I'm putting a bit of plastic on.
Yeah. Well, Jet Tools here. I don't know if they have different names around the world, but they've got some of the rings that go on spindles, and
Yes,
they're
I know,
they're-
because everybody was complaining, and the manufacturers aren't slow in thinking, oh shit, we can make a buck here. We'll get over people's idiocy because they refuse to tighten the chuck properly by putting a nylon washer in between it.
yep.
And then the next thing that happens is, oh, the chuck wobbles. Oh, why? Because the washer compresses at different places. That's why.
Yep.
Don't get me started.
Well, the one I have are metal
Yeah.
that were made
Well,
just for that, and they weren't cheap.
No, well, that's same with me. Like, I've got some long noses on some of the spindles, and the chuck actually doesn't seat against the register, so I've got to have a metal washer in between, but they're all machined.
Yep.
So they're
Is it-
parallel.
Is it high speed steel metal or is it carbide?
Neither, neither, nor.
Just good rolled to the right thickness.
None of the above. Naughty boy.
Oh dear, oh dear. I love coming on here and picking on Robbo.
Hey,
I thought so.
I said I love coming on here and picking on Robbo.
that's all right. You can pick on me all you like, but just expect to get bitten back.
I don't mind. I don't mind getting bitten back. I've got thick skin, mate. I've got thick skin.
Yeah,
That's
so have I.
I actually have a fucking face like this.
Oi!
What? Flipping?
I can rewind it if you want, but no.
And Joy says I'm burning right now. Steaks are looking good though.
Nice.
Are you calling the gentleman on the chat steaks, are you?
Right. She says her mother's driving a nutty, but still got to love your mum.
Whose
Yeah,
house is
without
it?
doubt. Without
Is it
doubt.
yours or your mum's house?
But
If it's
it's so interesting after mom and dad pass away, the fond memories that you have, and very rarely anything negative.
Yeah. If there's not one thing, it's your mother.
Oh, mine
unfortunately.
Yeah.
really upset me as a kid because I kept following my uncle and doing woodworking in his shop, and my grandfather, because they had the family shop going, had like 11 employees, and I'd hang out there during the summer when I went to visit either one of them. They made a pretty good business. 4 generations before they, 3 generations actually before the city decided that their water wheel was illegal. They tried to get him to take it out, and it was grandfathered. It's in the state history where it's at, and all about it and their facility, and you couldn't take a landmark out. So all of a sudden, after the shop had closed down and I was in the military, I got word that a bunch of kids burned it down.
Yeah.
Joy, your
Shame.
potatoes, did you wrap the potatoes in alfoil or not? Or are they just buried straight into the coals?
So, out of curiosity, right? Out in Australia, right? If you wanted to say something like a Marley Burr or something like that, what sort of price would you be looking at?
They generally go for, it's about $7 to $8 a kilo. They actually sell burl by weight rather than,
Oh, right.
because it's very hard to accurately, and the rarer the burl, the more the cost per kilogram goes up.
Mm.
And Joy,
Yeah.
if you want a little trick, wet some newspaper and wrap the potatoes in that, and then
You're
put
hungry,
the foil
you got
around them.
a burger in there, or I can make you some. Make a big, there are buns. Teenagers, I don't think they are ever full.
Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, Effie.
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Effie. If you don't mind me asking, I know we're not meant to ask, but how old are you? How young are you? Sorry.
21.
Oh, come on. It's 21 in a few months.
Sorry. Yeah, I forgot.
How many months? That's something for you to figure out. It could be double digit.
No, that's generally the way burls are sold in. Like, I've got a burl outside that's $500 worth because
Yeah.
it weighs over half a ton.
Wow. Because I see that, what's his name, Ben's Works, and I see how many he's got, and I'm like, that's a lot of money's worth.
Yeah.
You know, mind you, look at his subscribers, he could probably afford it.
67 and single still, Joe.
Okay.
So she's only a young chickie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in compared to Bob and I, anyway.
One thing COVID was good for, sorry, but it was good for not. I'm writing the flight path for the international planes, and there was no planes for nearly a year, you know, so it was nice and quiet.
Yeah, it was good.
Now we've got these friggin' giant jets flying back over me again. It's like, piss off.
Yeah. I bet, would you get that all day and all night then, dear?
Yeah.
Oh god.
And then they because what they do is they've got foothills about 5 k's that way, and they fly over my house, behind all the foothills, all the way around the foothills, over the ocean a little bit, and then they swoop back around and land down at Adelaide Airport. And then the chopper that you can hear, there's an airport about 1.5 k's away, a small one, and that's where all that traffic comes from. So,
Ah, right.
yeah, they got like a helicopter training facility over here, and then all the pretty much 99% of the pilots that fly planes around here all do their training over here as well.
Yeah, we got an airport about half an hour away from me. I mean, at the moment it's not active, but they're opening it up again at some point for cargo to start off with, and then it's gonna be passengers.
Yep.
So
one good thing that's come out of it though is that I'm now ordering stuff from AliExpress, like e.g. China, and we're getting it within like 3 weeks or something like that. So that's pretty good.
oh, that's all right.
It was taking us like 6 months to get something right in the middle of COVID.
Well,
Yeah.
Ali has a program where you can be a distributor and get stuff at a really ridiculous cheap price. And if you have a storefront or that, and they'll send people to you automatically, so they can buy online with an app, and they can choose to pick up at a local store.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do like an affiliate program as well, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't think South Australia is big enough for that, to be honest.
I think I don't know if it was there or it was Banggood. I honestly can't remember. They probably still sell it on there though. They've done a sander dual attachment and the sanding discs. That was pretty good and really, really cheap as well.
Yeah, I get the discs. I know it's cheap stuff. They punch it out of scrap from bigger rolls.
Yeah.
They call them
It's still the
splits.
same rolls in it.
Yeah, because when they're made in one size, sandpaper is, and then they strip it to the size that's used in different countries. And there's always some left over, and that's where the punches go in to punch out the ones that we want for the small discs, 1 inch sizes.
Yeah, I mean, I've had
inch.
some that are 1/4 inch. Do you know, really, really small.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same. It's lunchtime here, so
All right.
I'll
Catch
be
you,
back.
fellas.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Take it easy, fellas. Bye bye.
Yeah,
See you later.
Bye-bye.
See you, Jamie. Bye.
So, when's your birthday? Or is that a secret?
Oh, it's already been. May.
Mm.
29th of May.
And the other question, not to sound weird, but what size jacket do you wear? Or sweatshirt? Lightweight jacket? I'm looking at trying to find out what it would take as a gift to send one of our smocks from the club.
Well, I did work out the size difference, and I think a 2XL here is only a large in America. I'll have a look at the sizing guide again on my other computer, and I'll let you know a little bit later today. All right?
Okay.
I'm a size here. It's a 4XL, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it's called in America.
We go by sizes or inches.
Yeah.
Most of them are like, I take, I used to be an extra large, but now I'm down to just a large. At one time it was a double X because I used to be big.
Yep.
And now
Yeah.
I realize that I was really overweight.
Yep. That's the point I'm at. Cutting my meal sizes down, and
Yeah, but you need the exercise.
yeah, walking is what does it for me.
Yep. Though I've sometimes, depending on what I've eaten and day, I take a cane with me. And
Yep.
when Brendan's here, daily we go for a walk to go get a Frosty or a Slurpee or something like that at our local 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Which is a quarter mile each way, or a little over a quarter mile each way. So it's exercise. He claims it's exercise for me and it's for my health, and I should be able to bill the insurance company. And but we always end up getting ice cold Slurpees or something. They're a couple bucks.
Yep.
And being a senior, or they classify it as a special senior. Being over 75, it's cheaper.
Yep. Oh, that's all right. All right. Thanks for coming in, Joy. Joy said her battery's dying, so she's gonna have to go.
Yeah, mine's down to 56%, and I'm plugged into a charger. I got to check the charger.
What? How bright do you have it? Because I know that does actually come into play if you have it too bright. The device too bright.
That could be it.
Generally, when I'm charging, I'll put it down, the brightness down to about halfway or something.
It's on my phone, and
Oh,
it's a while. It's about time to, because it doesn't cost me anything, because the maintenance plan I have is they'll just stick a new battery in it.
Yeah. Heard anything about your tablet?
No, I know it's going to cost me for everything I want, because their latest one out is 64 gig of memory, and you can put up to a 4 terabyte of memory in. So they've got some nice addressing systems so they can go up to the big memories.
Yep.
And I like the memory in it because I carry a ton of movies, stuff like that when I'm traveling on the train, particularly to watch some movies.
Yep.
And I got a ton of woodworking shows and stuff on there, but I got it all mirrored on a hard drive, so I can just transfer it over. And I also have it mirrored online because that's part of the feature I pay for.
Okay.
To have an online backup.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just fart-assing around with this thing. I put it on back to front. It's supposed to be only going to need one wheel on it anyway, isn't it, down the bottom? Not two like that.
Yeah. See, if you had two wheels and it curved and it rode on both of them, you'd have better stability. If you
Yeah,
turned it 90 degrees and there's room for it.
yeah. I'll definitely make one that goes all the way around, but just not right now.
Yeah. Well, the patterns are all online and they're free. Tons of patterns for it.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna knock it on the head in a minute. I've had my my tap on the window.
Okay. Is the shed finished?
No. I had a slight error, just because of how we were. Amber had to basically balance to hold the piece of tin up for me, but I've gone and grabbed some zip ties, and I'm gonna zip tie one side because the gable's very wobbly, very flexible, and you got to pull them both in. And there's 4 pieces of tin. I've got to line the holes up so they're all lined up, that kind of thing. So, and it's 2.5 meters up in the air as well. So, I've never really been that good on ladders. Never really been that good on ladders without having to screw stuff in up there, So, just I'm going to zip tie one side so that I can go across and do the other side without having to, because Amber's shorter than me, and if I'm struggling to hold it up there, then she's struggling twice as much.
Yeah.
So I would rather take the struggle out of it and just use a couple of zip ties. That'll fix it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. That's a great idea.
Just as a temporary hinge or something.
Yep. And then when you get close to them, you cut the zip tie free.
Yeah.
Put the rest of the bolts in and tighten them.
Yep, that's it.
Well, I'll see you. I'll go out of your hair and you enjoy yourself. I'll catch you tomorrow night.
No worries. Thank you very much for coming in.
Yep.
Have a good day tomorrow.
Thank you. I will try.
Wait, what is it? Masks.
Right upstairs for you?
Yeah.
I think I've got about 50 of them.
I think I've got a couple of masks just delivered. Do you think? Yeah. Do you think that'll be enough? I think it'll be enough. So I've got these lights here. Oh, maybe you can see that. They got LED lights in them, so when they turn, they make coloured flashies. Flashy. No, all right, I'm going. Soon, in a sec. Now, I mean. Just going to drill these couple of holes in this thing and then I'm going to run away.